And okay, there we go. We're live on YouTube. So yeah, 3.5 quarters. This game was over. We should have went live early, and then we didn't.
Yeah, you guys were literally a touchdown. Literally, you guys were a holding call, not even a touchdown. You guys were a holding call away from basically putting this game away, more or less.
Yeah, 100%.
But hey, listen, you got a chance now. You don't have. It should have been 24-6. You guys should have been up by 18 with about 7 minutes left. But you know what? You have a chance to win it now. You blew it, but you have a chance to win it now. How far would this field goal be? If they didn't get into the yard,
I'm not sure.
I would assume they're going to try to probably get maybe 5 more yards here before they have to kick this.
Yeah. You're going to send this out on Twitter. Shane is in here. Shane, with your stressful self today. Shane, we can't hear you, I don't think. Hello?
How about now?
Yes, now we can.
Oh my God! Are you gonna get get this off? Oh yeah, you have timeout. Never mind. Sorry.
No, I'm not stressed.
You're not stressed? You're just pissed.
I mean, no.
Because this is what happens in Arizona all the damn time.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting this to be, a close game. So like,
even though it shouldn't have been, you were a holding call away from having a big win.
Yeah.
But here we go. Jason Myers' redemption arc.
Which should not have been holding.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Not sorry.
Jason Myers' redemption arc.
I hope I'm not bleeding. Am I bleeding? Is my mic... Can you guys hear the commentary in the background?
No.
I just no.
I thought you meant like, are you physically bleeding? Like a cut?
No, I meant is my mic bleeding?
I was like, no, you're not, but I can make you.
Bro,
fucking hell, we're live. Jesus.
Oh, yeah. Barely.
52 yards. I'm seeing it right now.
Yeah, barely. That barely snuck in.
Wow, that barely went through. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm going to turn off my TV and we'll officially start.
Whatever, I'll take it.
When that thing started taking a turn, I was like, "Oh Lord!" I was like,
I hate that stadium.
Scoopy!
I genuinely hate that stadium. It's just the Seattle House of Horrors down there.
It definitely is. Scoop! Please tell me his mic is working.
Oh, that thing was close.
Not yet, Scoop. Mic is somehow not working. always technical difficulties to start the night. What's new? It's okay.
I'm gonna get John Boy to do a Scoop lip reading.
Yeah, you might.
Yeah, we're good.
You might want to make sure that's NC-17 because about 90% of what he'll probably read is not suitable for children.
Yeah.
I can't freaking believe that just happened.
Yeah,
dude, same.
This is. Wait, let's see. Can I pull it up? This is Scoop every time the mic doesn't work. Let's see. Can I get it to work? Oh no, not this. Have you guys ever seen Old Ball on Instagram? Quick shot.
Oh, yeah.
No,
I don't believe so.
You put it in the chat. I saw it.
I say with the question mark.
That's some bullshit. That's Scoop right there. Yeah, quick Old Ball shout out. That thing is amazing.
So, we're not live right now, right?
We are, yeah.
We are.
Okay.
We are, yes.
Hey, Robert, stop swearing on air.
Me?
Make him. Make him. I'll defend you.
I I meant to send you my.
Oh no,
two
you could
thing.
still send it. You could
Yeah,
still send it.
okay.
I think I could still do it. I actually wanted to. Actually, that was part of the reason I wanted to go live early. Is actually test if I can do it. So send me your
Okay.
Instagram stuff.
Well, actually, so I'm really sorry about this. It was horrible timing because I've got something that's supposed to be delivered in literally 2 minutes. So I'm gonna have to meet them for that, and then like I'll be right. Like it'll only take me 2 minutes to get them.
Yeah.
But
You're
so
fine.
so
What
I
are you
What
having?
did you
What are you having
order?
delivered this late?
Food.
No, I ordered
Food.
food an hour ago, and it just got here because apparently they had to make 3 other stops before it got dropped off.
What?
Mm.
Oh my
So I'm
god.
hungry. So I'm hungry as hell.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing that it took that long for that to get ordered.
Which is insane. Like, I'm sorry. How many people are ordering Subway right now?
Subway.
Apparently
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, seriously.
Subway. No Jersey
But-
Mike's.
Couldn't.
I had Jersey Mike's last time I had a sandwich.
So, oh my god.
Jersey
What are
Mike's.
other good sandwich places?
and
You
they also
you
don't-
live in Mississippi. Get like crab or something.
We don't have crab near me.
Where I don't know. Subway. I honest. We need a live scoop Subway review in 5 minutes.
They don't have what do you call it? Meatball subs at Jersey Mike's. That's part of it.
Oh yeah.
I
All
don't
right,
need
so
them. I'm
You can
good
get a
without
good
it.
sandwich at my house. It's a lot cheaper. It's
That
quicker,
sounds that sounds fun. What does this say? 10/21. Okay.
okay,
So
so
here
But
I'm
I
gonna send you the links real quick.
yeah, go for it. So Shane, go
myself
ahead and
am a
talk
fan.
about.
I myself
finish
am a
up.
fan of Tubbs and Subs. It's a local chain here
Oh
in the
yeah,
Seattle
Tubbs
area.
and Subs here in Seattle's
Ooh,
pretty
nice.
good. Yeah.
Um,
All right, Shane, go ahead and rant about the Seahawks for a moment because it looked good. Darnold looked pretty good, and then it all just collapsed here in the last 5 to 6 minutes.
I mean, I don't really have a lot to rant about. It's it was. I think they definitely, had good control of the game for the first, 3.5 quarters, in all three phases, and then there was the missed field goal, and that kind of felt like a momentum change. The missed field goal by Myers, that is. So, yeah, and I mean, this is what can happen sometimes when you're playing kind of a. I mean, Seattle, they were up, 20-3, but it's not like they were blowing out Arizona. When you have these sort of low-scoring defensive affairs, you can get in this groove late in a game where something, you get a situation where your defense is out there too long, they start feeling gassed, and I think that's a little bit of what happened here. But I think these teams ultimately are a lot more similar than I probably thought. I think, and when I say similar, I don't mean their skill level. I mean more so the way they play. It kind of feels like they're both going to be in a lot of sort of closer, lower scoring games, and they both play tough defense. They like to run the ball and then let their quarterback, kind of do his thing, for lack of a better description, while also just trying to keep him in almost a game manager role, but allowing him to be athletic and make these big throws and whatever else that both of these guys do. So, yeah, I think at the end of the day, it just came down to ultimately Seattle was just in the driver's seat for more of the game, and it ended up working out for them in the end. But yeah, I think I mean, these two teams, they always play close, no matter how good or bad either one of them is. So yeah, especially in Arizona. But yeah, I mean, overall, I felt I feel like both teams have a lot to hang their head high about from this game. So, yeah, and nobody got killed like usually happens in that stadium. So that was great. But
we all remember the memories too with Brandon and Scoop of that horrible field that you guys had to deal with in Arizona for that Super Bowl as well.
Oh.
So
Yeah, don't remind me. Don't remind us. We don't need that picture in our head again.
So Shane, overall, you feel positive about Seattle, I would say, or somewhat positive.
I feel positive about both these teams after this game, if I'm being honest with you. It's. I think they both did more well than they did poorly. I think it's just at the end of the day, I think what ended up being the deciding factor is just that Seattle played a cleaner game. And I'm not talking about penalties, which is which is already becoming a meme with JSN, but just in terms of turnovers and that sort of thing. I think that's the thing that when I see Darnold in this offense, I think he's a great fit in that scheme because you have this good defense who can put him in a good position, and I think it sets him up for success because it's not like in New York or Carolina where he's trying to play hero ball, and they're not asking him to do that. They're just saying, hey, make the plays you need to, and at times it allows him to showcase kind of his athleticism and his strong arm and all that. But it's not like he has to do that, so he's not forcing the ball downfield into interceptions or whatever, and he's just playing a lot smarter. And I think that's something that we've seen with him, as he's gone through his career with San Francisco, and last year with Kevin O'Connell in Minnesota, just kind of refining and fine-tuning his game between the years. And I think we're continuing to see that. Yeah.
Anything on Seattle, Brandon or Scoop, that kind of sticked out with you? Anything on Darnold?
No, I just think Darnold played a pretty, for the most part, played a pretty clean game. They didn't ask him to throw too much, which is nice. That he kind of had that sweet spot where you want a quarterback to be between like 25 and like 32 throws, more or less. And 242 yards passing. They're showing it now. With a touchdown. He added a couple yards with his legs. He did just enough to win this game, and that's all you need your quarterback to do. You guys should have had more. Obviously, if it wasn't for that holding call, you guys probably would have won that game. It wouldn't have come down to the field goal there, but it definitely. I like what I saw out of him. And then on the flip side, Kyler wasn't terrible, but I know that he threw a lot because they were trailing in this game, but you can't ask Kyler Murray to throw 40 plus times a game. That's not the quarterback he is. That's almost malpractice. And the thing is, he had 2 interceptions. A quarter some quarterbacks you can even if it's not a shootout, you can trust them to throw 35, 40, 45 times. Guys like Burrow or Allen or Jackson, maybe whatever. But you can't ask guys like a Kyler Murray to be throwing 40 plus times in a game. That's ridiculous. And it's just. This wasn't the greatest game ever for Thursday night, but it wasn't a bad one. The last 7 minutes of this game were really good. Sometimes that's all it takes to have a really good game at the end of the night. But I think overall, just from Seattle, I I'm surprised the defense kind of, at least from what I saw defensively the last 7 minutes, it felt like at least it looked like to me that they thought they had the game won, and they kind of just sat back defensively. I mean, they did blitz on, I think, on the final drive. It just didn't get home, but it felt like that the first touchdown drive for the Cardinals that cut it to one score. It just felt like they were kind of playing back defensively. Like they didn't want to get beat deep and just figured, hey, we'll stop them on 4 downs if we have to, which they kind of should have. But what an incredible play by Wilson and Kyler get the ball out on 4th and 4. But really, I mean, they're even showing the highlights now. I mean, decent pressure on Kyler for most of the game. I shouldn't even say decent. They got 6 sacks. But just, I don't, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't understand why teams that are up by 2 scores or 3 scores, once it gets like halfway through the 4th, they start just sitting back defensively. I get you don't want to get beat deep, but finish the game strong.
Because especially in the NFL where almost anything can happen.
Exactly. Like I don't like how teams like that. That's another thing too. If Seattle's defense would have just played that pretty much the whole 4 quarters instead of 3.5, you win that game by 2 or 3 scores. You don't win that game by a last second field goal. So it's just, I mean, and it's not just them. I don't know why teams just do that. I mean, I get not wanting to get guys hurt and tiring them out and whatnot, but this is the NFL. Like, you have to finish games. You have to play all 4 quarters. We say that every week with so many teams. If you don't play all 4 quarters, doesn't matter how many points are up by, 9 times out of 10, you won't win the game. So, same thing here. I mean, this game could have went to OT and who knows what would have happened. But, you gave up 2 really bad touchdown drives late in this game that really could have flipped it on its head if you didn't drive right down the field, on the very next possession and kick the game-winning field goal. But I don't like how defenses do that. But in the end, I mean, Seattle's 3-1 for 3.5 quarters. They looked great. Sam Darnold did what he had to do. Defense looked really good, and it's just really that's my only note on Seattle is just clean up the last half of that 4th quarter. That's all it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Scoop, do you want to continue on that with Seattle? Hang on, you're still muted. Hold up. There we go.
Testing.
Perfect. Let's go. Go ahead.
Okay. Sorry about that. Just want to make sure that everything was right.
Of course.
Yeah. So basically, first of all, I agree with a lot of what Brandon said. I also was kind of surprised that it did kind of feel like some of the play at the very end was like guaranteeing that it would go into overtime. And quite frankly, I mean, I think pretty much all of us watching the game thought like, oh, this is going to overtime. So, but again, we're not the ones playing on the field. So, and all that being said, I mean, Arizona did, for people, I know a couple of us were saying, we wish the game was more interesting, but again, 14 of their 20 points they scored at the very end. And in the last quarter, I mean. Now, I will say about Kyler. Now, I've had a lot of criticisms about Kyler. That being said, like Brandon mentioned, asking him to throw 41 times, and then on top of that, asking him to be their leading rusher at the same time. They basically.
Where was Trey Benson? They barely used him.
Yeah, well, I heard that plenty of times because it was on somebody's fantasy team over here. But I was so, like, I felt bad because I'm looking at this and, yeah, I'm not surprised that Kyler Murray kind of, I don't want to say crumbled, but, like, he is just not, you can't ask him to be both your leading passer and your leading rusher. Now, to his credit, we did see seemingly the emergence of MH2 tonight, so that was good to see. He went 6 for 66, got a tutty in there, averaged 11 yards per. So respect to him. But like you said, Trey Benson combined between receiving and rushing combined went for 54 yards. So that's even still less than Marvin Harrison had just in the air. And I just did someone say something?
No. Please
Oh,
continue.
my apologies. But again, and so I think this was I think also the Seahawks kind of left a little bit of meat on the bone, and I think that this game could have been a little bit more put away, for lack of a better word, without a couple of those. Like, for example, we were all confused, I think, about JSN not being part of the game plan until later, or at least not getting incorporated until later. And then one of the first plays that he goes and he has that holding, which again, I know we've spoken a good number of times about how you could technically call holding on every play if you so desire, but there comes a time where you have to understand where the referees rather are going to call it one way or the other. And the Hawks, from a receiving standpoint, they got the ball around to a lot of different targets. They had 5 different guys catch with multiple receptions. So I appreciated seeing that as well. But again, this was I think I think Brandon described it well as a clean game by Seattle. Although I did think there was some meat left on the bone. In Arizona, I think Kyler Murray's not Josh Allen, and they basically asked him to be tonight.
Yeah, 100%. For Arizona, Brandon, I mean, 3.5 quarters. I said this on Sunday, and I kind of still stand by it. This team's kind of boring because this offense feels lost for a majority of the game, and it's really exhausting to watch.
It feels like they do this thing every year. Like, it feels like at least every game I watch them play, where they just don't show up for 3 quarters, but they hang around, and then they show up in the 4th, and then still find a way to lose. That just feels like Cardinals football every year. I mean, I don't know if it's just bad game plan coming into the game. I don't know if it's just not making adjustments in the second half, because it just I can't just every time they're asking Kyler Murray to do too much. I don't understand why. Because even with James Conner, done, still, you've got to take the pressure off him. You have to run the ball more. You have to, kind of game plan and scheme your receivers open quicker than what they are, instead of it being seeing a lot of routes going 10, 12, 15 yards down the field, especially for a quarterback whose arm's not really the greatest. So I don't quite understand just kind of what Jonathan Gannon has them doing. I hate even saying that man's name. But I just, the Cardinals they really are just boring football to watch. Like, even if they're good, if they have a good record, if they have a bad record, if they're somewhere around 500, they're just the same football team every year. It's just Cardinals football is just boring to watch, and it's not for lack of playmakers. I mean, coming into the season before Connor was hurt, it was Connor, Kyler, Trey McBride. MHJ is not great, but tonight he had a good game, especially late. They have Calais Campbell back on the defensive line, and despite him being old, he's still a good leader and still a productive veteran. They still have Josh. They have Josh Sweat now. There's some things there to like. It's just it just feels like they don't know how to properly utilize all these guys, and that seems to just be the running theme every year watching them. So, I mean, they're showing that awful interception halfway through the first quarter that Kyler threw, and I'm still looking at. I know MHJ stopped on the route, but even so, he was never open, and why would you even throw that ball? I just don't get how. For lack of a better phrase, I don't understand how the Cardinals play football. Because it's just, and I don't get why this game. It's looking at them playing football. That's why I'm surprised when you guys were saying before we came on, earlier about how this place is a house of horrors for Seattle, and it's like, yeah, it's it's a division game, so I understand, but I'm like, oh my god, like this can't be that bad, can it? Like
It
because it's
is.
like
It's always that bad.
because when I watch this, I'm like, how do you guys lose to a team like this that plays like this? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. I don't know. I don't know what Arizona has to do going forward, but like I said before, and like Scoop reiterated, you can't ask Kyler to throw 40 plus times a game. Hell, I wouldn't even ask him to throw 35 plus times a game. And you can't. You got to do something about the run game and kind of get creative with getting those guys out in space, because that's how you're going to make it easier on Kyler to do the things that he has to do in order to win. And like tonight, a lot of the run game between KW3 and Zach Charbonnet, they kind of set things up a little bit here and there for Darnold to have the opportunities to be able to kind of pick apart the defense kind of slowly. And it's like, if you're going to do that, then it's like the Cardinals always do the opposite. Even when James Conner's healthy, it feels like he doesn't get the ball nearly enough. Like it almost feels like the Cardinals are running their offense like it's the Buffalo Bills light.
Yeah,
Like,
I would very much say that. Yeah,
like they don't use James Conner quite enough, and then they're asking Kyler to be superhuman. It's like, yeah, but that's not his game. It's not the kind of that's not his stature or his presence as a quarterback. That's not his. It's just not. That's not the way he plays. So, he's not a gunslinger like Josh Allen, used to be, but still kind of is. He's not that big, kind of strong, powerful runner. He's a good runner, but he's not a strong, powerful one. So it's like they feel like they're just asking him to do too much, and then by extension, the offense just goes stale, and then they have no idea what they're doing. And I think that's probably the best way to describe why this team just does not play good football for 3.5 quarters. It feels like every game.
Yeah, Shane, do you have anything more to add on that? Shane, do you have anything more? No, nothing much. What?
They have all the offensive pieces, obviously. But yeah, like Brandon said, it's just, can you put it together? And most of the time, they don't seem to. Because they're 2-2, and it's a good 2-2. It's not like they were blown out in either of their losses. Yet they still don't really score more than 24, 25, whatever. So it's like, yeah. And I think part of that is just the offensive line is not great. And now especially with Connor out, it's like, okay, well, what's their identity for running the football? And is trying to get guys like MHJ involved, who doesn't seem as great as advertised. Just kind of end up kind of leaning on Trey McBride, which that dude always manages to just absolutely destroy Seattle every time he plays them. He just, yeah, I don't know how he does it, but anyways.
You held him in check for most of the night tonight.
Yeah, but all their big plays pretty much came from him whenever they had him.
Yeah, until late, because MHJ was late.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, that's kind of it.
Yeah, there's not a ton, I think, on Arizona.
Buda Baker,
that we haven't already said. Buda Baker, come home. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, that's. Is there anything else from the group on Arizona? I don't know how much. To be truthful, I don't know how much we'll talk about them throughout the year. Because
this is the same team that we said last year we excluded them from pot cookies for the first month of the season because we didn't want to watch them play football. So
yeah, I still don't want to watch them play football. I still don't enjoy it.
Every time I hear that we're doing a Cardinals game, I still want to throw up because I'm like, because I know exactly how this game's going to be played. They're not going to get blown out, but they're not going to score a ton of points. It's just going to be just like this. This is Cardinals football. Just like we know how the AFC South kind of plays. I know exactly what the Arizona Cardinals are every year. It does not change.
Yeah. Scoop, do you have anything else on Arizona? Is that pretty much your feeling?
I don't have much to add. I mean, I don't think. I mean, can you really watch what we just watched for the last hour and really have that many thoughts on it? Like, I mean, not hour, but hour
Last
of
3
regulation.
hours, honestly.
I meant hour of regulation.
Yeah.
And have that much to say about it. I mean, the Kyler Murray Cardinals have been probably one of the most consistent teams since he took over, and I'm not saying that in a positive way.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, post-credit scene time. What's eating Gilbert Grape? Shane, please go ahead. This was a very fascinating coming-of-age story.
Yeah, I mean, I watched this for the first time when I was, I want to say 15, maybe 16. I think 15. And I really, at first I was kind of like, okay, whatever, just coming of age story. But then as you get into it and you learn more about all the different characters, and I was really fascinated by it, and quite honestly, I just was kind of, I guess it made me think a lot. Just because I think everybody, not everybody, but most people have been in a similar situation to Johnny Depp's character in this film, where it's like, you want to do this thing, but you're like, I don't know, because I feel like this is the path that my family needs me to take, or whoever's relying on you, or not even relying on you, but just like, I'm sure this is something that you guys can relate to. It's like when I was coming out of high school and I was like, I want to do film, and everyone was like, okay, or
By the way, that's what people say about what we're doing with this a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Most people are like, what? And it's, you just kind of have to persevere and push through it. But yeah,
and he goes through. I think this movie is a great example of just kind of that, where he's like, he's like, I just want to go live my life. I don't want to be stuck here having to do this, that, like essentially play dad for like, like I didn't ask for this. It's yeah, and I mean all the performances are great, and I think the behind the scenes stories of this movie are very interesting. It really kind of, like, it makes a lot of sense when you watch the movie and you kind of hear like what was going on. It's like, oh yeah, okay. But I want to hear what you guys think first before I go into too much greater detail.
Yeah, I'm gonna read this quote by Leo DiCaprio about his character, because I found this really fascinating. Here's what he said according to Film Review. He said,
"Is this wait before you continue? Is this the one that you sent in the chat earlier?"
Yes, this is.
Okay, so this is an interview from the 90s. Just bear that in mind when you hear a certain word in this quote. Continue.
Okay. I was gonna skip that word.
Okay. No,
I think that's probably the best. But
I figured I would just preface it anyways. But continue.
I had to research and get in the mind of somebody with a disability like that. So I spent a few days at home for mentally ill teens. We just talked and I watched their mannerisms. People have this expectations that mentally, I'm not going to say the word, but yeah. Children are really crazy, but that's not so. It's really refreshing to see them because everything is so new to them. And I know, Scoop, you wanted to kind of talk about his character a lot, so I'll let you kind of go from there.
Well, the first thing I was going to say was the quote that you just read.
Yeah.
So, yeah, again, I especially back to 30 some years ago, where I don't think, again, I wasn't around then, I was 2000, but I don't think it got really I don't know if respect is the right word, but there was really the
Stigmatism, kind of.
that's what I was going for so much. It was more just like, I don't know if as many people were trying to really understand it as they are now. Is probably the best way to put it.
Yeah.
So as such, I appreciated that somebody, especially somebody of now again, Leo wasn't the Leo that he is now, but especially that somebody in that role would take that amount of care and attention to go and kind of do those types of things, and because I've seen films and I've watched films, like none came to mind in terms of names. I'm really bad with names, but I've seen them where the people kind of just played those roles without doing a ton of research or without talking to people who actually are afflicted with those conditions. And not that necessarily I thought it was offensive, but I think that I could see how it could come off as either offensive or just kind of maybe naive is a better word to some people.
It feels lazy to me.
Yeah, lazy, ignorant, naive, whatever you want to say. I think naive was
Yeah.
probably how it hit me the most accurately. But so I did want to mention that in particular. There was also just the fact that and because again, it never really goes into specific as to what Arnie is afflicted. I think it's to some degree kind of, I don't want to say assumed, but accepted that it's as to what it's believed to be, and kind of the mannerisms and the tendencies that he has. So, and we see that in other shows as well, shows and movies. And as such, there was something that I read because I was reading some things as I was watching the film as well. Things that lined up with the film, and one person kind of said it was considered consistent with like level 2 or level 3 of the condition, and they said that it was well representative of if that was the intention of what that was supposed to be. They said they would have liked it to be perhaps a little more representative of something that was a little more, I don't want to say more serious, but something that showed more. But they also liked that it hit those points, but also showed that they can still appreciate humor. They can still appreciate like things that maybe more people are familiar with, I would say. Because again, I think that the and this is a quote from somebody that I knew personally 6 years ago. Everybody's normal is different, so normal is such a subjective thing, and I think that in that context, I think people saying what's normal versus what's not. Well, for Arnie, this is what's normal. So kind of juxtaposing the fact that just because it's not what's normal for the other characters. I mean, for example, the mother's name is escaping me right now, but in a sense,
me too.
Yeah.
well, I'll just say the mother, so I can keep moving and not keep hogging this conversation. But I mean, I think a lot of people in this day and age would consider more a level of potentially consider morbid obesity its own form of a handicap or a disability or whatever word you want to say. That's her. That's her. That's normal to her. But even Arnie, who has his own condition that's with which he's afflicted, would not consider that his version of normal. So I think that the movie does an interesting job of kind of showing the different levels of what is normal for the characters, even if it's not considered normal for the others. And also kind of going back to the very beginning where Gilbert is kind of not thrilled about how, kind of. I mean, you see in the intro that there's not a ton going on in his town, but there's also so much that's going on before he even leaves his front door. So there's that component to it as well. I honestly, I'd heard of this movie, but I'd never seen it. So when I heard What's Eating Gilbert Grape, I was very curious as to what that title would mean as I started watching the movie. It took me a while to actually kind of get it, and that, eating was not going to be so much of a literal thing at all the time in this movie. But again, as somebody who hadn't seen it before and then was also juxtaposing, I don't think I would have had the same appreciation for it had I not juxtaposed it with also those comments from Leo DiCaprio, those comments from other people who had worked on the film themselves. But I think once I kind of got that more holistic understanding of it, not just from an on-screen standpoint, but from a standpoint of the people who went into it, I think that it kind of made it click a little bit more in my head, if that makes sense.
Yeah. What's your rating for the film? And if you have anything else to add on the film, go ahead, Scoop.
Remind me, what do we rate on?
Brandon and I do like 1 out of 10.
Okay,
and then I do grades. A is the highest, and F is the worst.
Okay, yeah, I'll do numbers, just because I feel like you know probably more than I do about like how you assign grades and such. So I'll go 1 through 10 because I think that's what I did last time. I'd say a solid 8. As a film, maybe I would have put it a little bit closer to like a 6 or a 7. But because of what I see and what I have understood about it as somebody with a disability myself, and my appreciation for that, I'll bump it up an extra number based on that.
Yeah, Brandon, what were your overall thoughts on the film?
Yeah, when I, it's funny. It's funny that you were like looking at the title, Scoop, and you thought about it in like a literal sense.
I did. I literally expected somebody that looked like a grape to be actually like.
Are you kidding me?
No,
I love it.
I'll take it one step further. What was in my head when I went to start watching this? Remember the video like 10 years ago on YouTube? They did surgery on a grape.
Oh Jesus!
That's what my brain started out.
I remember this video, but I don't fully remember it.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking.
I mean, I guess I could see it, but then I took it in like the sense of like like when they say what's eating Gilbert Grape, it's like what's eating at him, like what's
yeah. Well, I got that as time went on, but in the beginning when I didn't know this movie from a hole in the wall,
like it's like that's I kind of knew that's what it would be. I mean, I'd always seen like little like 30-second clips of this movie, just like flipping through it on TV and whatever.
Yeah,
but I never actually sat down to watch it. Like I always knew this movie existed. I just never sat down to watch it. And it's funny because I love Johnny Depp to death. I'll watch anything he's in. I'd never watched this, and it's also really cool that this is another movie where dialogue is not the main thing going on here. Where it's like a lot is said just through facial expressions. And
what's happening around the town too.
Yeah, and and I mean, we all kind of, especially like in the area that I'm from, or like Scoop, you always say that your hometown is small or smaller. Like,
absolutely. My hometown was I don't even remember how many thousands of people, but not many.
Yeah, like mine is bigger now, but my hometown that I still live in is a square mile long. So,
okay, that's definitely smaller than mine.
It's a square mile long.
Yeah, smaller than mine.
It's a square mile long, but we're the most densely populated state in America. So, like, even in a square mile, we managed to pack in about 18,000 people.
Holy smokes!
But the thing is that it feels
That's
smaller.
Crazy.
It is. But the thing is, it feels smaller because of just how big the town actually is. And also, most, like I said, most of our town is a graveyard. There's 10 times actually more dead people than living in my town. So
that's wild.
Because the cemetery is massive. The cemetery literally takes up about half the town. So I relate to like Johnny Depp's character, Gilbert Grape. I relate to kind of just having bigger dreams when you live in a small town, and
Hmm.
it's it's very much like and it's rough being being the man of the house, and then and it's implied that he's been the man of the house at an early age, so he had to kind of grow up faster than everyone else did, but he's still a younger guy himself, so it's
Very young, yeah.
yeah, like obviously if his one sister is basically like college age ish, and then the other sister is 15, and then Arnie is going to be turning 18, you would assume that he's not much older than what 21,
Yeah,
probably
I got the impression like 21, 22.
around
Yeah,
there.
20, yeah.
So so like he's just like really coming into adulthood, and it's when you have to deal with kind of like you know with so many kind of the weight of the world feels like it's on your shoulders because you're taking care of your brother who obviously has special needs, and then you've got two sisters that kind of don't respect you, for lack of a better word. Uh, and then you also have to deal with taking care of your mother on top of that, making sure that nothing happens to her, all while while kind of working a dead end job that you don't want to be at. Like he's got so many things against him and then trying to see past all that and trying to make something of himself, but it's not easy. Um, but it's definitely it's a movie, so it's like you can feel for all the characters in one way or another. Like obviously you feel for Arnie and what he goes through because it's like his normal is not what we would consider normal, but that's normal for him. And it's like he doesn't know any better and all these different things, and it's hard dealing with him. But and you see that that's also when we talk about the title, what's eating Gilbert Grape, it's also eating at him. Not like all these stresses are eating at him, and eventually
Yeah,
you see him by the end of it, he blows up, and
Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
and he hits his brother. And the thing is, the one thing he always says throughout the movie that he repeats often is, you don't hurt Arnie. You don't, I'll be there to protect you. And it's like he just snapped and had enough. And it's like you can understand where that comes from, and then and then just the remorse kind of afterwards, and making up with him. But like it's just a movie to where it's like you can understand like Johnny Depp's character and his struggles. You can understand Arnie's struggles, even if you've never, obviously, for us who've never been in that situation. But you can understand, you know, people because we come across people in our everyday lives that live their lives that way. That they don't. That's all they've known. Uh, you can understand where the sisters come from. The older sister is kind of in Gilbert's position, but she's not. She's kind of the second in command next to Gilbert. And then you've got the younger sister, and the youngest of the bunch, the baby, at 15 years old. She's kind of just coming into her own as a high school student and as a young woman, and she's kind of still has like that little kiddish, edge to her. So it's like she's kind of figuring out the world, in her own way, and kind of expressing herself, even though she's not, in terms of that household, she doesn't kind of have a voice because she's the youngest person in that household. So so she kind of feels, I guess, a little misunderstood. So you can understand that. Even I mean, even Gilbert's friends, who are played by great actors, by the way, John C. Riley and Crispin Glover. Um, you can understand like that them talking about like their jobs and what they do for work, and kind of just everybody in that town seems like they're content to just like drift through life doing what they're doing, and that's it. And meanwhile, he's got just bigger things on his mind, just getting out of there, making something of himself. And it's really cool to see kind of the relationships that he either the relationships that kind of get broken along the way or that form along the way. And obviously with Juliette Lewis, who she's not like I know her from Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase, but the thing is she does have some really cool roles, and this is one of them. And but the thing is like when I look at all these characters, I mean, first of all, it's all well acted, it's all great, it's all great actors. Every single one of these actors I basically recognized in this movie. Well, I should say like the big main ones. So Juliette Lewis, Johnny Depp, obviously, Leonardo DiCaprio, John C. Reilly, Crispin Glover, Mary Steenburgen. She's like, I was surprised that she was in this movie. I didn't even know she was. And then what's damn it? Who plays her husband in this movie? The guy that drowns in the kiddie pool.
Oh my god!
For lack of I've
For
seen
lack
him.
of better descriptive.
I don't know. Yeah,
I've seen him in other movies, but I can't remember his name. But he's in other movies that I like, and I just cannot remember for the life of me. Sorry, but
yeah, all right.
What is it,
Maybe.
Kevin? Kevin, how do you say the last name? Tighe.
yeah, I know. I don't know how to say it, but I know it. I can.
Tegan.
Yeah. So it's like when you've got just at that, and that's what I've always said. I like movies that don't have to explain themselves. You can kind of just let the story unfold, and then the characters just tell the story with their actions and facial expressions, rather than having to say a lot. Because I mean, just does Johnny Depp really speak in this movie? No. Does Juliette Lewis really speak in this movie? Not a lot. None of them really do. And if they do, it's all really short sentences or conversations that they have with each other. And it's funny, a lot of the conversations that they do have, that they had, like the actual ones, especially in the diner scenes between John C. Reilly, Crispin Glover, and Johnny Depp, a lot of those conversations are a lot about nothing. They don't matter.
They're just kind of day to day conversations.
Yeah, it's just kind of nonsense doldrum conversation. So, like, it just shows how quickly that life can just grate on somebody, and how it can wear you down doing the same thing every single day. And then that's why you can actually see, even with Gilbert, you can see just his demeanor just change throughout the movie. He kind of devolves as the movie goes on. Eventually it ends on a happier note, but you can see just little by little. And then that's what makes the titles kind of clever when you think about it. All these little things are what's eating away at Gilbert Grape. So, like, it's just really well done. So if I had to give it a grade for me, I mean, I'm biased. I'll watch anything that Leo and Johnny do, but I think this is both, like, these two. This movie is kind of both. This kind of is where, this is where they really made their name, was this movie, but this is kind of where they were still relatively. Not so much Johnny Depp. He was known for being on TV, but in terms of like movie star status, like, this is the movie where it's like people kind of didn't know who they were to an extent, but my God, you can see the talent very early on between a lot of these actors. And so if I had to give it a letter grade, not letter grade, God, it's gonna be like Shane. If
I had to give it grapes,
God, yeah.
Uh-huh.
How many grapes out of a bunch?
we should have done it that way. Damn it!
Yeah.
Still
Yeah,
good.
yeah, that would have been good.
Yeah, Scoop gave it 8 grapes in a bunch.
By the way, if you're wondering what I was writing on my whiteboard, I wrote out my.
For crying out loud!
scale.
That's exactly why.
Oh,
exactly
Jesus.
why
Can I
didn't do it,
post
because-
this?
What in the
This
world?
is the.
Oh, so
I can barely see it.
Oh, so you give mid 80s to high 80s an A-?
Bro, why didn't I
Yeah.
take your class in college?
Yeah, I know. My grades have been so much better.
See, I feel like.
My grades would have been so much better.
They were good.
Well,
I got a
no,
3.5
see,
GPA.
Because here's the thing, I feel like the classic grading system we have is kind of stupid.
Agreed.
So this
Yeah.
is my revamped version of it, and the reason that an A is 9 plus, as opposed to like an A is usually like 93, 94.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
is because there's no such thing as like a 10 out of 10 movie in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
therefore, I'm like, okay, I'll give it a little buffer zone, and then I go from there.
Yeah.
But anyways,
We'll see.
so
Your grading system is gonna mess me up.
so where are you, Brandon?
Well,
I mean,
also keep in mind we should do grapes. So how many grapes are you giving it?
this
Are you
is too
giving
much.
it B plus grapes or
B plus grapes.
B plus grapes?
B plus graded grapes.
Oh my god! I mean, well, actually, because he works in a grocery store, can I do this like grade A eggs versus like something
Grade
else?
eggs.
Um,
Is there a movie about eggs that we can watch?
I
at
don't
some
know.
point?
There probably is. We
Probably.
just haven't found it yet.
Are we
Shame
watching
that-
Sausage Party, bro?
Oh god.
Oh God,
Um,
I'm quitting the show if we do that.
No,
I mean,
we can't. We
I mean,
cannot do that movie.
I was also going to say that I just realized I don't know why it took me so long to get to this point, but also I too work at a grocery store, so I can relate to Gilbert there too. Not quite the same, He doesn't work at a chain. I do, but at the same time, I think do you want me to give the letter grade, the grapes, or the actual number?
The
one do you
grapes. The Scoop gave it 8 grapes out of 10 grapes in a bunch.
Just a number, yeah.
Just a number, and it's the
Just how many
grape.
grapes out of 10?
Because I can't give it.
Oh,
half
what
a grape.
color grape? What color grape? We're taking this way too late. Go for a number.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say also, I don't want to split half a grape here. I don't want to be like, 8.5 grapes out of 10. Like that's what. You know what though? For an actual serious number grade, I'll go higher than an 8 though. I'll go 8.5. I like this movie a lot. I think when you understand. When you, probably give me some green grapes. I like green. I like green more than purple. I don't, to me they taste better. They actually
Should we do a tier list of grapes?
I mean, that's not a long list. There's only what, 2 colors.
This
green,
this
purple,
is really,
and then there's and then there's like the red cotton candy grapes, which
there's only
not a
3
fan of
colors.
those.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I'm
Jesus
sorry
Christ.
that I made this devolve.
Can I
The
finish
game
my-
was bad anyway.
Damn. Can I finish my number grade? Damn it. No. So like Scoop was saying, like how he would rate the movie based on like just what he sees versus like it just as a movie, like the 2 different grades. So it's like as a movie, I think it's like a 7, but based on what I know about it and kind of the relatability to it and how much I would actually watch this again, even though it's a little bit slow, and that's kind of why I knock it down from it being a 9 for me. So I would say 8.5 out of 10. I think I'm fine with that.
Yeah, 3.5 quarters were pretty boring, so it's fine for us to devolve into grapes today because we didn't have much to say. No, for me, this gets an 8. I'm still, I don't know why I'm like this. I'm always weirded out by seeing younger or older selves of people because I know what they look like now, and then it freaks me out. It just
Johnny Depp really doesn't age that much.
To me, that was the most jarring.
I mean,
Actually,
does DiCaprio really age all that much? Well, DiCaprio ages. Well,
he's
DiCaprio
aged
now.
a lot since then.
Well, yeah, I would think so. He's not gonna look like he's 18, 19 forever.
No, but
That's
Depp
what
to
cigarettes
me,
do to you. But
yeah, true. Depp to me was the weirdest one, but I mean, I don't know. But aside from that, I mean, yeah, I think it's intentionally slow. We talk about movies being intentionally fast, intentionally slow. This was intentionally slow. It takes a while, but I'm just, as you guys mentioned, like the key story beats we've discussed and like the meaning of the title and all these different things. What actually kind of hit, I think the one scene that kind of hit me the most, and why, because I was thinking like towards the latter end of the movie, because I know at the end of the year we're gonna do our lists. I know we got some. I'm sure we have some bangers coming up, but I'd be surprised if this leaves my top 3 so far because like,
that's surprising actually.
We'll see what the other movies are, but I mean, I think the one scene that hit me where I was like, yeah, this should finish top 3, should. Um, but it's the scene where they're all sitting around the bed with mom, like the night when she's, or actually no, like when she dies, and they're all sitting around, and it's kind of like, wow, what do we do now, kind of thing. And there's a lot of emotion. Obviously, there's a lot of crying because obviously she dies, but like, or she died, and but the way they're sitting around the bed, the way that was shot, it was like, because like sometimes when people die, it's like this super dramatic, like, oh no, and like all these things in terms of like how it's shot. And this is just like everyone was intentionally placed in a certain area of the room, I guess, the room of the bed, and it was just kind of like this moment of like realization of what happened that feels really, really realistic, really genuine, really honest. And then you kind of start to realize, and when I saw that, I got to really understand kind of the honesty and the well, I guess the realism, because yeah, I mean, it's a story we can all relate to, but it that scene in particular to me was deeply moving, and it gave me a really strong and like visceral but like important perspective on the film. And visceral meaning emotionally, like I was about to, it's another one of the films that we have every year that Shane gives us where like I feel like I'm about to cry by the end, because I was like, yeah,
that's why also it hits a little higher on the relatability scale for me. That's why I gave it 8.5 too. It's like not just because of like my own small town, me also working in a in a grocery store, but also losing a parent at that age that they lost the parent in the movie. Like,
mm-hmm.
you know, like for you know, like losing, like when I lost my dad at 17, you know, it was kind of the same thing. It just happened out of nowhere and no one was prepared for it. Kind of like in this. Kind of like in this, I mean, they're kind of more prepared for it because of her condition and whatnot, but you just don't realize, you don't think it's going to happen until it actually does, kind of thing. And
and you kind of sit there in silent shock, but also the way it was done in the movie was like even the silent shock felt emotional.
Yeah,
it felt like it had weight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, to me that's why it gets an 8, and obviously it ends on a really happy note, which, you know, for what it is, and it's it's really special. I love the coming of age movies. What was the one we did last year about Pittsburgh, Shane? Because I actually thought, what was that one called?
About Pittsburgh,
Adventureland or whatever.
Oh yeah, Adventureland. Yeah,
Adventureland, because it just makes me
more fun. But
yeah, it was definitely more fun. But
obviously,
to me, I think I love the. Is that the only coming of age movies we've done from your list?
Well, we did Coda. Yeah,
Coda.
That was year one.
Yeah, year one was Coda, and then I did Booksmart, which was more you know, LGBTQ based, but still coming of age. So,
and for Christmas, I picked The Grinch.
Have we decided on the Christmas movie this year?
No,
we're not doing one.
We're not doing one?
No. Or okay, let me rephrase that. You guys can do it if you want. I'll be in Hawaii, so
we'll take one. We'll take one. We'll pick one. We'll
but
pick
I'm
one.
skipping.
No, but overall, like, this is an 8 out of 10, and the coming of age movies that we've done, I think, have been the most kind of defining genre for me as we've done this, because I've really enjoyed the films that we've taken on for this genre.
Yeah,
I
love the. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was trying to say something earlier and I realized I was mutified. Mute.
No, you're okay.
What was that?
You were mutified.
Mutified.
Oh, good.
I'm ready. I know.
We are so done. We are so done.
I'm writing it down.
Okay. The point that I was trying to make is that I love when movies kind of mirror themselves at the end from the beginning. Like, for example, like I don't know if you would say it's the exact same thing, but like when they talk about like the "let's have a catch" at the end of, you know, that movie, and over here it was like the, you know, we can go anywhere. I can't remember the exact line, but like we can go anywhere. in contrast of like, in the beginning where he felt so trapped by his town. So I did kind of I do like that. I like how it was implemented here, but I like that in general, in whether it's music or movie or TV, whatever. I really appreciate when it's upholds the same uh, format or structure, but it's pivoted on itself at the same time. Something that catches my attention.
Yeah. Shane, finish us off. What is your rating and your overall thoughts from a filmmaker's perspective on this one?
Yeah, I mean, I've been to towns like this in the plains, like North Dakota, Montana, whatever, and where it's small, 1,000, 2,000 people, and everybody just kind of they hang out in the town, get some barbecue, do some karaoke. That's a big thing in those towns for some karaoke. I don't know what it is, but they love it. But it's fun. It's like, all right. And people just seem not necessarily happier, but just like it's just more, just kind of easygoing, like less stress, just. But when I was there last time, I couldn't help but think, I was like, one of these people, and I literally had this thought. I said, one of these people has got to be like Gilbert Grape, where it's like,
100%.
Somebody who you might not see it because they're out here having a good time, but it's like they're just bored as hell in this town, and they're like, I got to get out of here. I mean, I know people who live in our town of 40,000 people, 15 miles from the biggest city in the state, who are like that, so yeah. Imagine how somebody might feel in, Mott, North Dakota, which is like in the middle,
like isolated pretty much.
Yeah, which is in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's like you can literally see there's a sign as you come into town. It says 22 miles away, and you can see the town in the distance because it's just that flat and just nothing. Anyways, so
because this movie is in Iowa, right? Take place in Iowa.
Is that right?
There's a sticker.
So.
There's an Iowa Hawkeye sticker in the grocery store.
Because I think it was filmed in Texas.
Yeah, but there's
anyways,
that's one thing I noticed.
It was filmed in Austin, Texas, primarily in the suburbs of Marion, Purfield, and Georgetown.
Okay, yeah. But either way, I mean, it's it's kind of those middle of the country, plains areas. It's the same sort of thing.
Yep, Iowa. Yep, that is
Iowa.
correct.
Okay.
Yep.
But yeah, it's. I really like how. I guess, I think, kind of going off what Brandon said, just how a lot of the story is told kind of visually, and it's things are revealed sort of in pieces, and which is ultimately what you want. You want characters to have some secrets here and there, and yeah, man, and it's, I think, like a great example of that is the basement. It's like they're like scared to go down there, and at first it's like, what? And then as it goes along, it's sort of hinted at that the dad, hung himself down there. It's never like, it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, that's, it's something that like just kind of goes without saying eventually, and it just adds, it adds a layer, because it's this house that they live in is, it's like yeah, it's where they live and stuff, obviously, but it's also almost feels like the source of a lot of their pain. And I just, when they burn down the house at the end, I think that's so symbolic of, I mean, it's, maybe I'm looking too far into it, but like the mom finally rises, like,
Yeah, no, I think that's accurate.
and then dies, and then they burn it, so that, it's like it's not the town spectacle of, getting her out of the house or whatever, but but more so just like, it's like starting over for them.
We can build something new.
Yeah, and just getting rid of this place where we have all these bad memories and whatever, and yeah, and I think the performances are all fantastic. Johnny Depp has said that he was very depressed when he was filming this movie, and you can see it.
Yeah.
And Leonardo DiCaprio, meanwhile, said that he was having the time of his life, and you can see that as well. I mean, it's
he even talked about how he was felt like he was in his own world doing it because he could really kind of express, obviously.
Which I mean makes sense. But and I think it's just there's all these great details and little layers to it, and I think the whole kind of small town America feel is portrayed really well, and I think for me it's I would say it's an A-. I do think it's a little slow, definitely a little bit intentional, but it's it's not like it doesn't really like grab you right away. It's just kind of a slow burn, and then so at first it's always, I mean, I've watched it a few times now, and I always find myself kind of being like, okay, at the beginning, and then once it gets into it, then I'm like, oh, yeah, all right. But otherwise, I think it's great.
Yeah. What's the movie we're doing on Monday, Shane?
Let me check, are doing, where's my list? It's right here.
I'm more excited for the movie than the games because Brandon and Scoop, I think we've all established that Monday's the Pocket Cookies day of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing our. Huh?
What are the games you're asking, Scoop?
Was that the Bills Saints game?
No, Bills Saints is just on Sunday. It's Jets Dolphins and Bengals Broncos, 1 hour apart from each other. So yeah.
Yikes. This week
whoever made these assignments of time slots and whatever was.
Yes, we agree with that. Yeah.
So this week we're doing our biopic, which is Iron Claw.
Yeah, wrestling movie. Let's go.
That's up my alley.
Have any of you guys seen it?
I have not.
I want to, but no.
It was my favorite movie of 2023.
I'm very excited.
And this comes from a man who hates biopics, so you know.
Okay, game of the week. Brandon and Scoop, I assume I know what your guys is. It's Eagles Bucks. I mean, this is
I'm not even gonna entertain another game. It's Eagles Bucks.
I think it is as well. Yeah, I think it's easily that one. Shane, are you taking that one as well?
Yes.
Yeah, we're all taking it. We're all taking it.
Oh my god! Is that the first unanimous one?
That probably is. Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Because I think last week I didn't let you guys, or that 1 week I didn't let you guys take Eagles Chiefs, even though it was obvious. So I probably shouldn't let you guys take Eagles Bucks this week, but it's fine. Other games on the marquee that that should be watched, obviously, is Raiders Chiefs. That's probably it for the. Oh, Colts Rams. Are you guys interested in that one? I had a tough time picking that one, actually.
Yeah, That's a good one too, I think.
You said
Yeah.
you said Colts Rams.
Colts Rams in
I-
Los Angeles.
I remember seeing people had the Rams favored, and I'm thinking, have they been watching the Colts the last couple of weeks?
Yeah. We can do line for that. Scoop, have you seen the line for this one yet, or you just know that they're?
I just know that the Rams were favored when I
Yeah.
last looked.
I'll give you guys that. The Rams are favored. What is the line?
I mean, I figured they would be.
Yeah, given how close, but given how the Rams' pedigree and given how good the Colts have been the first 3 weeks, and the Rams are at home, right?
Yes.
Oh, I mean that should be a close game given how it's played out so far this year. So I'm going to say Rams minus 1.5.
I'll say Rams -3.
Scoop.
I'll go in between the two and say Rams -2.
Rams -3.5.
Wow.
Okay.
I may have to bet the Colts ATS on that one because what?
That's a good one. I think
I did pick the Rams for our pick'em though. I did do that.
I took the Colts.
I was gonna say I think I took the Colts for the pick'em.
I took the Rams.
Here we go. We got some
up.
drama there. Eagles Bucks line.
It's in Tampa. Tampa owns us. So, we're not coming into this game healthy. We never do. We never play the Buccaneers healthy ever. Although this is the healthiest we're going to be playing them. But as much as we have the Super Bowl to our credit, and we're both 3-0 teams, the Bucks own us. I'm going to say Bucks -2.5.
I'm gonna say Bucks minus. I'll say Bucks -1.5.
Scoop.
I'm gonna say Birds -1.
Birds -3.5.
Whoa!
We're
Really?
favored by that much?
Wow!
I don't know about that. I don't think Vegas actually pays attention to how the Buccaneers own us, especially in Tampa.
Is any of you waking up for Vikings Steelers, or am I the only one?
Hell no. Hell no. No,
Is that the game?
Robert,
Is that the
you're
game?
crazy.
Yeah, is that the game that started at like 8:30?
it's in
In
Ireland.
Dublin.
It's,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, no,
6:30
I know that
Pacific.
one.
Yeah.
Dublin.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's gonna be Rodgers on Rodgers violence. I love this.
Rodgers on
Um,
Rodgers.
Yeah, Isaiah.
Oh,
Rodgers.
yeah.
Isaiah Rodgers.
Yeah.
I know we guessed the line without Shane here last time, so Shane, I'm going to give you the honor to guess this one, because the other boys already did it. Saints at Bills.
Bills -13.
Bills -15.5 currently as we speak.
It's so dumb. It's so
Yikes! Honestly, I would still probably take it.
dumb. Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Packers at Cowboys Sunday night.
Packers at Cowboys. I'm gonna go Packers -3.
Yeah, I'll go a little. I mean, that bad loss to Cleveland knocks them down, I think, a little bit. Otherwise, I would have said like Packers -4, but I'll say Packers -2.
Scoop.
Oh, sorry, I took my hand out of the picture.
Oh my God, why am I dying?
Are you
We're all
okay?
dying.
I'm still getting over that cold.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my God!
Um,
I'm glad your voice sounds good, because last year when you had the pod, there was 1 week where your voice was going through it a little
shot.
bit.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so I'm happy that wasn't the case.
I'm getting old.
So I don't think that yeah, I understand what happened against the Browns, but then again, like I said, that's a better defense that they were giving credit
Yeah.
for. This is also going up against a Dallas team that I don't know what they have going for them right now, to be honest with you, all that Green Bay can't outdo. And again, let's keep in mind, this is the Micah Parsons' revenge game. He can say all he wants that he's not thinking about it that much. I don't believe that for 1 second.
Yeah.
He wants to sack Dak just for Jerry's enjoyment.
Yeah.
But
Give me I'll go inside a tutty, but give me Green Bay 6.5.
that's exactly what it is.
Wow.
My hands have been here. My hands have been here.
The hand of God from Scoop. Every week he's gotten one right. The streak is hot. Brandon is losing his mind.
Why does God hate me? Why do you hate me?
This is
something, please.
Scoop. If you get one right every week, I'll buy you like a Starbucks gift card or something.
Yeah, you should.
Thank you.
If you're actually able to do this every week, I think you have done it every week. I don't think you've missed.
No, I don't. I think the first week I missed one.
Maybe the first week.
Not missed one. I mean, the first week I didn't get any. Is what I mean.
Yeah, but yeah, this is. If you continue on this roll, like gift cards coming your way.
I still think he's cheating. What's the next one?
My hands have been here the whole time. I did that for a reason.
I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
Scoop, would you like to guess Browns Lions first?
Oh God, help me. Sure. God. I feel like that's gonna be like an ugly one. This is probably a little too dramatic, or maybe I just have more faith in the Lions, but like, I don't know, 9.5.
That's exactly what the hell it is.
God, the one time you let Scoop go first again this week, that was what I was going to guess too. That was exactly what I was going to guess. That's exactly what I was going to guess too.
Sorry.
Even when I have it right, he still gets it. I hate this right now. God damn it.
Oh my God!
Even when I have it right,
the Scoop cheating allegations is going way up after that one.
Show us the buzzer, Jose Altuve. Show us the buzzer.
God.
Show us the buzzer.
I'm gonna send in the feds and be like, hey, watch the screen.
I'll share my screen with y'all next time. I don't care.
Oh my God.
Oh Jesus. Okay, Bengals Broncos. Brandon. Monday night.
For the love of God, please, for the love of God, I'm gonna say because there's no quarterback for Cincy. I'm gonna say Broncos -7.
Shane.
I mean, the Broncos have not really blown anybody out, though, is the thing.
Yeah, but Cincy's terrible. without
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna say Denver -4.
All right, that's what I was gonna say. So I'll just bump it up a half and say Denver -4.5.
Brandon, I'm sorry, Denver -7.5.
Oh wow!
Oh please let me have it.
So clearly they're not as concerned about Denver's struggles as I am.
Is there any other game you guys are interested in doing a line for?
I want to keep going until I get one. Damn it! I want to keep going until I get one.
I respect it.
Oh my God! Oh.
Let Brandon go first.
All right, Chargers Giants. I'm going to give you that one.
Oh my God, that should be massive.
With Jackson Dart at quarterback. Which, by the way, I was going to talk about today, but let's save it for Sunday. I want to see what happens.
I forgot to you.
No, I was thinking about it like during the game. I'm like, should we talk about this?
No,
I
forgot on WTS.
Oh, yeah, no, I wanted to wait until Sunday for this. All right, Brandon.
I mean, we all know it's the Chargers, but they don't blow anybody out. But they don't blow anybody. They don't blow anybody out. But the Giants are horrific. I don't care if it's Dart or Wilson, whoever it is. I'm gonna say Chargers -8.5.
Okay, Shane.
It's not right, or else he would have given it to me.
Yeah, no,
I know.
it's not.
I know it's not. Damn it.
I was going to say Chargers -9.
Oh,
Scoop.
Both of those feel a little bit too much for me, and I could go either way because like sometimes rookie quarterbacks like sometimes you have to give them like the other team like extra because of it, but also like I've seen plenty of rookie quarterbacks that jump in and it's like at least a brief revitalization. So I'll go inside a touchdown. I'll say Giants -6.
You're taking the Giants -6?
I'm sorry, I'm at the Chargers -6. Holy crap!
Chargers -6.5.
oh, thank God.
That Brandon just had a heart attack. Just said when he heard the letter 6.
Oh. All right. What do we have anything else left? What do we have?
Trying to think if there's anything else that's interesting. Do you guys want to do Bears Raiders?
That could be interesting.
Last one. I guess we could do Ravens Chiefs too. Let's start with Bears Raiders.
I'll go Bears -2.5.
Damn it, Shane. I mean, both teams are not that good. I'll say. Wait, would you say 3.5 or 2.5?
2.5.
I'll go. Oh my God! I'll say Bears -3.
I'm on the other side of that. I maybe it's just I don't know, but I'm gonna say the Raiders -1.
You said -1.
Yeah.
-1.5 Raiders.
Oh.
Oh my lord. Ravens Chiefs in Kansas City. Shane.
Ravens -1.5.
Okay. Scoop, I'll let you go here.
This is Ravens Chiefs. You said Ravens Chiefs. You said
Ravens Chiefs in Kansas City.
in Kansas City.
Yep.
Give me Ravens -2.5.
That's correct.
Are you?
Oh my God! You couldn't at least let me have the satisfaction of trying.
Sorry.
See, no, but that line is disturbing to me because they're both 1 and 2, but the Ravens are far better than Kansas City.
I know,
that's
but
what I'm saying. I think that's a little bit. Yeah.
You know the Chiefs are going to get whether it's verified, whether it's valid or not. They're going to get the benefit of the doubt from at least Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is Scoop's segment now. He owns this segment as much as.
So it's no longer guess the line; it's scoop the line or whatever.
Yeah, that's what we should call it. Scoop the line.
Oh my God!
Unbelievable.
Or better yet, honestly, just let Scoop. You know what? Since Scoop knows, since Shane has the cheating allegations, and since Scoop is guessing it pretty much every week, at least 2 or 3 games correctly, let's have Scoop host the segment, and we get it.
That's fine. Yeah, Scoop. Next week you host the segment.
Okay. All right.
Just for 1 week, I want to see how we do with this.
I've never guessed the line before, so
yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
I've never done that. Is there any intriguing shitty games next week? Oh my God, Vikings Browns in London. Fuck, I gotta wake up for that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Wait. What time in London? I mean, not
6:30 Pacific time. 6:30
8:30
Pacific.
Central time. Okay, yeah. I'll be up.
You're lucky. You guys are lucky. At 8:30, 9:30, and here am I waking up at 5 for this.
I'm still not getting up at 9:30 for a football game. That's not.
Yeah, hell no.
No.
How do you think the people in Hawaii feel?
That's why I like Hawaii.
I have no idea what time it is in Hawaii right now.
They're basically watching a game at midnight,
They're
more or less, or 3 in the morning.
Hawaii's 3 hours behind us.
Yeah, so 3 in the morning they have to get up to watch that game.
Yeah, so it would start 3:30 their time.
They have to get up at demon hours.
Demon hours.
That's what it is. They have to.
Well, right now it's 3 hours, and then after daylight savings in November, it'll be 2 hours.
I hate daylight savings time. Holy
so do
crap.
I. Well, wasn't there?
Dude, the Hawaiians do it right, man.
Yes,
what do they do?
No daylight savings.
Oh, aren't there a couple states that do that in like the West Coast too? Like Arizona, I think does that.
Yeah, it's Arizona and Hawaii. That's it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Why can't my Samoans just do that? That would make it so much better.
I just really want to. So not only do we have that awful doubleheader, 1 hour apart games on Monday. Next Monday night is Chiefs Jaguars in Jacksonville.
Oh my god!
Chiefs Jaguars in Jacksonville.
Oh, I mean,
hello, darkness, my old friend.
The only thing that could make that game interesting is if Travis Hunter picks off Mahomes.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Broncos Jets in London in week.
What are these games? What are these games?
I swear they just threw like a dart at a wall and was just like, okay, that one.
No,
why do we always give
down here like this?
Yeah.
At the wall.
Why do we always give the worst games to Europe? You know, like.
Yeah, you know what's funny?
Like England, it's like, hey, thanks for the Revolutionary War. Here's a crappy game for you.
Here's
you know?
Rams Jags in week 7.
I don't know. Maybe just because they never get American football, the ratings will still be good even if the game sucks.
We'll see. You know what's also strange is like, oh yeah, we want to grow the game. Here's 2 of the worst teams possible. Congratulations.
But that's my point. Is
Brazil
like,
gets the good games.
Yeah, the Eagles Packers last year was a great game. But
the Chargers game this year was good.
Yeah, Brazil is fine. For some reason, across the pond, we give them the garbage games. I don't know why.
That's because Brazil hasn't wronged us yet.
Yeah.
So are we saying that war with Brazil is imminent?
Because of football. Are you guys excited for Eagles Giants Thursday Night Football Week 6?
I want to go to that game.
The only thing that would make me super compelled about that is if Jackson Dart comes out the gate hot.
Yeah. We have a Monday night doubleheader. What is this? 1 hour apart in week 6. The first game is Bills Falcons in Atlanta.
The only thing that I might be interested in that is the spread, where I'd be like, okay, Atlanta can at least cover that. Like that's the only thing I can see being interested in.
Why is week 7 Sunday Night Football Falcons 49ers?
Oh my god. No.
I'm convinced Roger Goodell hates us.
I'm trying to find games that are really. Oh, Monday night, November 3rd, Cardinals Cowboys.
A good way to remember what the Sunday night games are is that it correlates with our movie schedule.
It actually does, yeah.
So like,
okay.
Dude, yeah. But the movies are going to be far better than the games.
They weren't. They've been the last week.
We're not
because that's why we're doing Iron Claw this week because it takes place in the Dallas area.
Yeah, the Von Erichs.
Yeah, the Sunday Night Football is in Dallas.
Raiders Broncos Week 10 Thursday Night Football.
Wait, is that in Denver or in Vegas?
Denver. Okay. Holy. Okay, wait. I'm sorry to keep going through this, but it gets worse. Jets Patriots Thursday night Week 11.
Oh my god!
I'm just gonna go through them now.
Oh my!
Cowboys Raiders Monday night also that week.
Why is the like Like I promise you, I'm not even faking like reactions. I'm just genuinely sick of the NFL schedule every year becoming crap for no reason. Who would decide that Monday Night Football is Cowboys or Sunday Night?
Wait,
Whatever the hell, whatever crap night
it
game
gets
is.
worse. Monday Night Football, Week 12, Panthers at 49ers.
Who the hell can watch that? Oh my God.
So it's gonna be what? Mac Jones versus Bryce Young, the battle of the overdrafted 23 quarterbacks or 22, whatever.
It could be, depending on what happens.
21 and 23, I think.
Monday Night Football, Week
But either way.
13. Week 13, Giants Patriots. Monday Night
Why? Why?
Monday Night Football is like the worst schedule.
That matchup has not been relevant in 15 years. Why is that a thing?
Somebody in the NFL scheduling department must have dirt on Troy Aikman or something. Like,
week 15, Sunday night Vikings Cowboys, Monday night Dolphins Steelers.
Oh, these games suck. Oh my God.
Dolphins Steelers.
Dude,
That'll be like a 10-7 final score.
Do you know what? Do you know what's funny is like last year we had a lot of crappy games, but there were still some good ones sprinkled in. There's not a good game sprinkled in at any point throughout the next.
Time out. This might be the worst one. I pray to God this gets flexed. Week 16, Bengals Dolphins, Sunday Night Football.
Wait. I'm trying to figure out why do the Miami Dolphins get so many primetime games? They are garbage. Why do we do this?
Bears 49ers, Week 17, Sunday Night Football.
What is it?
Bears 49ers.
No.
That might be the worst of everything you said.
Oh.
And
Okay,
that's
I'm not
why we're
going to go
doing
through the
Stranger
whole
Than
schedule.
Fiction that week, because that takes place in Chicago.
Well, it might get flexed.
Oh, I pray to God that all these games get flexed. Please flex all.
I mean, either way, it's staying in there, so, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
By the way, flex scheduling for Sunday night. Actually, I think for all of them, start Week 10. So pray to God a bunch of these get flexed.
Oh my God, I'm hoping they all do. This is ridiculous.
Do we have to wait that long?
That's actually a good question. Why do we wait so long for flex scheduling?
I think it
could happen right away.
Oh my
Or not
God.
right away, but
Oh my God.
earlier on.
Oh my God. I suffered a headache. I literally started to get a headache as you were reading the different matchups out. And by
I only cherry pick the bad ones, but there's like a bad one every week.
That's what I'm saying. Did we ever have a bad one every week last year?
Yeah.
Did we actually? I don't remember that.
Yeah, once a week.
I could have sworn we had literally 1 or 2 weeks where the games were actually good, like good matchups.
Yeah, I'm also coughing from laughter of all this. But yeah, we'll see you on Sunday, and then on Monday. Thank God we're doing the movie on Monday because these games are going to be ass.
I'm frozen in fear, shock, and nausea. I love this pod, but football's gonna break me this year. These matchups.
It's already breaking me. Last week was terrible. Other than 3 games or 4.
Oh my God.
How do you think I feel coaching football? Just blowing everybody out every week. I'm like, God, it's boring, man.
It's fun for you, Jesus. You're just murdering
No, dude.
everybody.
Literally, in our last game, the final score was 55-6. We went halftime. What was it, Robert? 41-0 at halftime.
Something like that. It was like 28-7 at the end of the first
Can
quarter.
you tell the other team to walk off the field at that point?
Yeah,
Just
no,
walk off the field.
we did a running clock in the second half. Like,
Oh, I felt that because I was like, please end this stupid game.
but no, we literally walked into the locker room.
Oh, the poker room.
We literally walked into the locker room at halftime because the players all go back into the actual locker room, and then the coaches, we have like our little meeting in the tunnel before we go in, just talk about game plan, adjustments we want to make, whatever else.
You ain't gotta make no adjustments when you're beating them that bad.
Yeah, the head coach was literally like, "All right, we're fine."
Oh my god!
And he's like, "Yeah, let's just put in all the JV guys and just run the clock out." And
Is that
everyone
literally
was
what
like,
happened?
Yeah, and we were all just like,
You
"Okay,
still scored 14 more points or something like that.
yeah," with our JV guys. Dude, our sophomore class is pretty good.
Oh my
We
god!
got some guys.
I would kill. You know what? I would kill to put you guys up against Eric's high school. The kids he coaches. Because literally, right now he's coaching Sean Merriman's son.
Wow.
Wow.
Then I think he said the kid's a quarterback. I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Well, we
That's
got
cool.
a big rivalry game coming up tomorrow, so I'm excited for that. Excited to be there and
Yeah, it'll be
have fun
good.
with that. It'll be good. But for Shane, Brandon, and Scoop, and hopefully Brandon and myself don't die from shitty football because we already died last week from crappy football. We'll see you on Sunday after Packers Cowboys. We'll see you all then. Peace.
Night, y'all.
Night,
Later.
everybody.